9 out of every $10 in your account were created out of nothing by someone typing. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's the Bank of England's own words. And I'm going to show you the exact moment it happens. A few years ago, a woman, call her Sarah, walked into a small beige office and bought a house. $300,000 she did not have. She signed some papers. The banker typed for a while, and a few seconds later, that money appeared in the seller's account. Real money. Spendable that afternoon. Nobody wired it in. Nobody opened a vault. Because a few seconds earlier, it did not exist. No crime happened. This is how it works every day in every bank on earth. The house didn't make that money. The government didn't print it. Her signature did. And if that sounds impossible or a little unfair, good. Hold that feeling. So where does money actually come from? Here's the story you were told. You put $100 in the bank keeps a little and lends the rest to someone else. Money passed politely from savers to borrowers, the bank taking a cut in the middle. Clean, sensible. It's in every textbook. None of it is true. Banks aren't middlemen waiting on your deposit before they can lend. A bank doesn't hunt down some saver's cash to hand you. It writes you a new deposit out of nothing. And your loan and that new money are born in the same instant with the same keystroke. Don't take it from me. The Bank of England, the actual central bank, published a paper in 2014 to correct the textbooks. Their words: whenever a bank makes a loan, it creates new money. That's not a fringe blog. That's the people who run the pound telling economists they'd taught it wrong for a century. So watch the keystroke in slow motion. You want to borrow $10,000. The loan officer doesn't walk to a vault. She doesn't call a saver. She opens your account and she types a number, $10,000, into existence in the time it takes to press enter. Here's the catch, and it's beautiful. In that one stroke, she makes two things. Not one. A deposit, money you now have. And in the same stroke, a loan, money you now owe. One keystroke, two entries, born together, exactly equal, canceling to zero. The money's real. You can spend it today, but it only exists because you promised to unmake it later. Money and debt are the same object, seen from two sides. Which is Cooper's fourth rule, and it's the strangest one yet. Most money was never printed. It was borrowed into existence. Count it. All the money in America, every account, every bill, all of it, is around $23 trillion. How much did the government actually print? Every coin and note in every wallet and register? Barely a tenth. The other 90% was never printed at all. It's exactly what we just watched being born. Deposits, typed into being by banks making loans. Over 90% of your country's money isn't cash, isn't gold, isn't printed by anyone. It's made of promises. And this trick is 400 years old. A London goldsmith held people's gold and gave out paper receipts for it, then noticed nobody came for the actual coins. So he wrote receipts for gold that wasn't there and lent them out at interest. Every bank today is that goldsmith, and the only thing holding it all up is trust. So follow it to the weird conclusion. If almost every dollar was born as a loan, then almost every dollar is somewhere somebody's debt. Your savings are real, but the flip side of your deposit is a promise someone else made. Imagine everyone paid off every debt at once. Sounds wonderful. A world with no debt. Except paying a loan unmakes the money. You'd erase almost all the money with it. Money and debt are bolted together at the factory, made as a pair, destroyed as a pair. Which is why the whole machine runs on one fragile thing: our willingness to believe the promises. Money is trust, written down. Now the personal part, the reason I made this whole class. Almost everyone carries a quiet shame about debt. You borrowed money, and underneath, it felt like failure, like you went hat in hand and begged an institution to lend you some of its money. Like you were small in that room, and they were doing you a favor. So hear this, now that you know how it actually works. When you signed that loan, the bank didn't reach into a vault of its own savings and generously hand you some. It created the money from your promise, your signature, your future work, your commitment to pay it back. That was the raw material the money was made from. The bank organized it and charged you for the service. Fair enough. But the thing of real value in that room was you. You weren't begging for money. You were building it. That's what your signature really is. A printing press, the size of your name. Next class, what that debt does once it exists. Because a loan doesn't just sit there. It grows, quietly, in the dark. Whether it's working for you or against you, every day while you sleep. A debt is a seed. We'll find out whose garden it grows in. Right here. This is Wall Street Cooper. Class is in session.